threw a lot of things at us early that we hadn't seen. But not only that, we did that to them, So, I mean, everybody does that. But, again, got to give them a lot of credit. They found a way to finish the game, make the game a lot shorter. Same with us. And I thought that we could find a way to run our offense till about 9 minutes in the fourth quarter. Then we had to get into 2-minute mode. I mean, because it was we weren't able to finish. The whole story of the game is finish. We didn't finish any drives. So with that, open it for questions. I'm sure you have a lot.
PJ, did you feel like the team came in with the right energy and effort at the start of the game? Did you feel like you had that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, they had a great week of practice. I don't worry about that with our football team because it's not like I don't worry about it, then I ignore it and be like, I wonder if they are. That matters in our program, and we can sense it, we can see it. It'll show during practice, it'll show during preparation, and I didn't see it. But we just didn't play well. I thought they played incredibly hard. We just didn't play well, and we weren't able to execute and finish. It comes down to that finish word, and we didn't finish.
Too many second and long situations with those big.
Way too many. You hit it right on the head. Right, just went over the whole stat sheet for me, and I think the key to the game was Illinois was in a lot of second and fours, second and threes, and then being a 3rd and 1. We were the opposite, and that's what we usually do. And then all of a sudden, we're in 3rd and 12, or we'd be 2nd and 8, and then throw an incompletion. Then all of a sudden it's 3rd and 8. So we've got to be better. We got to execute better. Every single person needs to be able to do that, and we didn't today.
What do you think the issue was with the passing out and before you decided to go 2 minutes there?
I think it was a combination. Protection, I think, was a part of it. I think we had some drops. I think that was a part of it in some critical situations. And, I think we, at times, maybe, some of the RPOs maybe didn't read it as well. And they were doing some really good things. You got to give them a lot of credit. They were doing a lot of good things with number 30, and, he's everywhere. I mean, he'd be on the line of scrimmage, kind of like Troy Polamalu used to do at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and he'd run out to cover 2, and you got to be able to see it, but he'd do it right at the snap and have the confidence to do that. So, again, they did a lot of really good things. You got to give them credit, but we just couldn't finish. We were able to move the football effectively enough to finish, and then we'd stall. And that's what happens when you stall.
What adjustments did you make defensively sort of stabilize things?
Well, I think it was a few things. I think guys were trying to do a little bit too much. We were getting out of our gap. They're doing a really good job with the stretch. We're letting it play out, and then some people get a little bit undisciplined where they poke their head in the gap and come spitting out. But I thought that our defense did a really good job of dissecting what they did. We were able to, get our fits a little bit better with some of the new things they showed us. And, I thought we rallied around the ball more. We were good at the point of attack. But again, they got in run it mode too. It wasn't like they were going to do a bunch of other things that were going to get really creative when they had the lead like that. And they just sat on that lead, and which was fine. But we just couldn't put points on the board. And obviously the mixed extra point, the missed field goal, changes the dynamics of the game just to be able to get some points before halftime. And then the 4th down stop, I mean, that absolutely crushed us. I mean, and we're not getting those things. I mean, we're not going to be very effective in scoring points. Too many drive stops, way too many.
How would you evaluate Tanner Morgan's thing?
Inconsistent. I thought he played really hard, but I mean, he got hit a few times from different areas, and I would just say inconsistent, which again falls on me. But he's tough. He's a competitor. He brought us down the field really well in that 2-minute drill to get some points on the board, and thought we used our timeouts and really well to be able to give ourselves the best chance to get the ball back. We just couldn't finish it. Couldn't finish it on the first 2 first downs of the fourth quarter and of the last drive. But I know he could have played better. But it doesn't fall on one guy. We all could have coached better, could have played better, and ultimately as a head coach, it falls on me.
On the offensive line, you guys have been so dominant. What did you feel like the issue was with pressures and holes and penalties?
Yeah, I mean, I got to go back and look at the penalty stuff, right, as I kind of go through that, but I assume they are. So, they were doing a lot of good things where they were inserting gaps, coming from different, directions and coming from different depths and blitzing different people. And they were blitzing a lot of people too. So, and keeping a lot of people down in that box. And, we weren't either breaking a tackle, wouldn't sustain a block, somebody fall off on the block, we get beat by one guy in protection. And again, it was just an inconsistent performance all around. And again, that falls on me.
Do you feel, I think, Matt, you still have you can still win the West, right? You still have
Yeah, the message to them is everything's in front of us. I said, this is Big Ten football. And everybody wants to win every game. I'd like to win every game. That team in there would like to win every game. But there's really good coaches in this league and really good players in this league. And every week's a battle. And you get to see that all across the board. This team that we just lost beat Penn State a few weeks ago. And I told every single one of you that wasn't a fluke. I said that in the presser. That was not a fluke. They're a really good football team defensively. They fly around. They create a lot of issues for you. And we just didn't convert enough. And we didn't get ahead of the chains. Everything's in front of us. But there's 4 teams in the league in the West that everything's in front of them. So we'll see how it all goes. We got 21 days. It's going to be a 21-day sprint, one game at a time. But it's November, middle of November, and we're in the hunt for the Big Ten West Championship. And that is what the goal is going to be every year, is to be in the hunt. You want to be in the hunt. I said that when I first took the job. When you get to November, you want to be in the hunt. And we're in the hunt. With 3 weeks left, we're in the hunt. And we got to find a way to play better than we did today, and I promise you we will.
What happened to Crab?
I got to go in there and check and see what the evaluation is. But he was dismissed from the game with the medical staff.
Any more for Coach Fleck?
Do you still, I don't know Tanner was under a lot of pressure all day, but do you still feel like he's your best chance to win?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's without question. We just went 4-0 in October, and he controlled and managed and ran the offense incredibly well. There's a lot of things that go into everybody. When you're the quarterback and you're the head coach, you're always going to get credit and you're always going to get the blame, and that's part of the job. And it falls on me. And from a player's perspective, it always falls on the quarterback. And we'll evaluate everything that we're doing, right? In terms, just like we always do, in terms of this individual game plan, right? Look at the film, evaluate it, make decisions moving forward that's best for the football team, and we'll continue to do that.
How would you assess your young running backs today?
I've got to be able to watch the film to really evaluate it because you're seeing it from the side angle, But I thought they continually run hard, but I just don't know if there was enough out there for them. If there was enough holes, if it was good enough. That we'd get a positive gain. We'd get a hold or something would happen. There were times where there was nothing, and then we'd have a negative run. So I just have to be able to go back, watch the film, and evaluate and see where we're at.
Any more for Coach? All right.
All right, appreciate it. Row the boat, Sky Mile, go Gophers. Thanks, everybody.
Are they gonna?
Do you feel like you guys were coming into the game with the right headspace and kind of the right energy pregame, those kinds of things to kind of start the game off well?
I mean, I feel like as a team, we every week we know the mission. We know we got to do. Coaches come with a great game plan, and they come with everything that we need to learn. And it's our job to go out there and execute. And it doesn't matter what happens throughout the game. It's our job is always to execute the game plan and do our job and hold it to a high standard. Our coaches hold us to a high standard throughout the whole year, and every week the standard rises. So that's our job at the end of the day.
Mariano, Coach Fleck talked about you guys slowing down the stretch. What were the biggest changes you made to fix that?
Yeah, we just saw it. We started seeing it. We knew we had to be better up front, better at the linebacker spot, make sure we were staying in our gaps, and it was running fast away from us. So we just made small little adjustments there. We started seeing it, and then as the game went on, I feel like we executed better versus stretch.
Tanner, why did you feel like it was such a struggle to kind of move the ball and create points today?
I mean, it just comes down to execution. They did a great job. Obviously, got to give them a ton of credit for what they did. They're a physical team, very good defense. And for us, we just have to execute way better. Can't stall ourselves on drives. I have to be way better. All starts with me. So yeah, it's just all comes down to execution.
Did their pressure get you out of some things that you thought you could have done otherwise?
Yeah, I think they did a great job bringing pressure and stuff, but at the end of the day, we got to execute, whether it's pass or run, no matter what it is, to be able to pick it up. We have the tools capable of doing it. But yeah, they did a great job the entire game. But again, we just have to execute better, and that always starts with me.
Tanner, does this change this doesn't change your goals, right? You can still win the West. You can still.
We just got to take it 1 week at a time. Doesn't change anything for us. We'll get in tomorrow, learn a ton from the game film, and then move on to the next week and be ready to take it one day at a time and go into the next 1 week championship season next week. But we have to learn a lot from today. I know I'm going to learn a ton watching the film about myself and things that I can't let happen for us to do what we want to do.
Tanner, you were in second and long situations a lot today. What was the issue there? What'd you say?
Yeah, we just got to stay ahead of the sticks. Execute on first and second down gives you the best chance on third down. Third and long percentages go way down if you look at conversions. So, again, just got to execute better on first down.
What were they doing in the first quarter that was difficult for you guys?
I mean, you learn from watching teams on film and have your scout team doing everything, and you can't always make it perfect. You can't always enact exactly how it's going to be in the game. So, I mean, in the first couple of drives, we got to see exactly what it was like, and so I think as a defense, we realized what we needed to do. We make our small adjustments, we make everything we need to change, and we figure those things out and we execute at the end of the day. And, I mean, at the end of the day, we got to come out ready. We got to come out ready for those type of things. We got to be ready for those type of situations. But at the end of the day, you never know exactly what it's going to look like when it comes to game day till you get there.
Mariano, Illinois was pulling a little bit with the center and the guard. What are the challenges of the linebacker when they're doing that?
Yeah, they were running different versions of stretch. You can just stretch the line, or you can pick up the line, and we call that stretch pullers. And, it creates challenges just because it starts putting D linemen in difficult spots to get over blocks and things like that. And linebackers have to get running. And at times we saw the linebackers and everybody was doing a really good job of running. It was just cutting back. And we adjusted, and I think we did a better job as the game went on. But, we were prepared for it. We just have to do a better job of starting fast and executing.
Tanner, what did you feel like was struggling kind of at the start of the game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we have to start fast, be able to execute right away out the gate. Throw to pick on the first drive doesn't make that easy. They did a great job with disguises and all kinds of different stuff, but I can't let tip balls happen. Puts our defense in a tough situation with field position and all kinds of things like that. So yeah, we just gotta come out faster, and again, that's all on me. I gotta execute better. Whatever we're doing, I gotta put us in better situations to be successful.
Is it really much you could have done that, played differently? Do you feel like it was a little bit too low? Or?
I mean, yeah, I take responsibility for that 100%. We practiced for it, we trained for it, all kinds of stuff with tip balls, and at the end of the day, you got to see it and throw it, pull the strings, but you got to create different angles so that defense linemen can't get their hands up, can't get tip balls, because tip balls lead to interceptions, as we saw today.
Tanner, on that drive where you scored, the passing game was clicking unlike earlier in the game. What made that drive work?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's we've repped that a million times. Just 2-minute kind of situations, and getting completions, moving the sticks. We got a couple third and shorts where we got first downs with the run game. We were going tempo, and it was working. The guys were executing. And that's really all it came down to, is our coaches were putting us in great situations, and guys were going out there and making plays.
Mariano, what could you maybe pull from the Bowling Green game to kind of bounce back again like you did after that one?
Yeah, I mean, I was really proud of the way the entire team responded to the adversity we faced after the Bowling Green game. We talk about our culture, we talk about togetherness, we talk about changing our best each and every day, and that's what this team is all about. So when you face adversity, there's two roads you can go down. You can go down the blame game, you can pull apart, or you can come together even stronger as a team. And I know this team, I know how resilient we are, and I know that when we come in tomorrow, we're going to get down to work. We're going to look at the film. We're going to see everything that we need to grow from, and then we're going to go into the 1-0 championship season against Iowa. So I'm really proud of the way this team has gone through the entire season. There's been highs, there's been lows, but at the end of the day, we're going to stick together. This team is very close, and we're just going to get back to work tomorrow.
Any more for the student athletes?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.